1300 hours, Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. Prime Minister has reiterated the government's commitment not to compromise on security and defense of the country. Pakistan has congratulated China on successful hosting of the BRICS meetings. Anti-polio campaign started across the country today to administer polio vaccine to children up to 5 years. All Parties Hurriyat Conference has warned the G20 countries against undermining the credibility of the United Nations by holding their meetings in the UN-designated disputed territory of Jammu and Kashmir. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif says the government will never compromise on security and defense of the country. During a meeting on law and order situation in Lahore, he said the whole nation is united against terrorism and stand by side the country's armed forces. The Prime Minister said the struggle will continue till elimination of terrorism from the country. During the meeting, the Prime Minister was briefed on law and order situation in the country, terror threats and the measures being taken to curb the scourge. The meeting also reviewed implementation of the steps to eliminate the sources of terror financing and relevant laws. The Prime Minister appreciated the performance of law enforcement agencies regarding fulfillment of Financial Action Task Force Action Plan. He said it is inevitable to ensure law and order in the country for revival of the economy. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Maryam Aurangzeb says language is an effective enabler to unite different cultures. She was addressing a 4-day international training workshop on language documentation at Allama Iqbal Open University in Islamabad today. The Minister for Information lauded AIOU for taking steps to preserve the highlighting and importance of languages. She regretted that 26 languages out of 80 languages spoken in Pakistan are at the verge of extinction. Anti-polio campaign of varying duration started across the country today to administer polio vaccine to the children up to 5 years. In Punjab, 39,000 health workers are taking part in the week-long campaign to administer anti-polio vaccine to over 5 million children in 7 districts, including Lahore, Rawalpindi, Faisalabad, DG Khan, Bahawalpur, Layya and Miawali. In Sindh, the special anti-polio drive started in Karachi and Hyderabad divisions and other high-risk districts of Sindh from today, while in Larkana, Sakkar and Shaheed Benazirabad divisions, the drive will start from Wednesday. Over 30,000 polio workers will administer anti-polio vaccine to over 3.3 million children in the high-risk union councils. In Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, about 2.6 million children will be administered anti-polio drops during a 5-day campaign. Over 11,000 teams will take part in the campaign. Similarly, in Balochistan, 4,900 teams will administer anti-polio vaccine to 1.2 million children during a 5-day drive in 18 districts of the province. Pakistan International Airlines has resumed Lahore-Kuala Lumpur flight operation after easing of the coronavirus restrictions. The PIA spokesman said the national airlines is already operating 2 weekly flights from Islamabad to Kuala Lumpur. He said PIA is gradually increasing the number of its domestic and international flights on special instructions of the Minister for Aviation, Khwaja Saad Rafiq. Gilgit-Baltistan budget for the next financial year is being announced in Gilgit today. The Finance Minister Javed Ali Manwa will present budget proposals for the fiscal year 2022-23 in the budget session of Gilgit-Baltistan Assembly due to be held at 1700 hours. All Parties Hurriyat Conference has warned the G20 countries against undermining the credibility of United Nations by holding their meetings in the UN-designated disputed territory of Jammu and Kashmir. The APHC leaders and the organizations in their statements issued in Srinagar vehemently rejected the Indian government's proposal of holding G20 meeting in occupied Jammu and Kashmir, saying the move will amount to legitimizing the India's illegal occupation of internationally disputed Jammu and Kashmir. They said these countries should take into account the systematic human rights violation perpetrated by more than 1 million Indian occupation troops with impunity in the territory. Japan has warned its citizens that electricity supplies will be strained as the country is facing heat wave. In a statement, the Ministry of Economy and Trade and Industry said people should switch off unnecessary lights but still use the air conditioner to avoid heat stroke. And this is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.